welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Atsimba, but you can call me Atty. I'm a full-time macrame artist and small business owner, and this channel basically focuses on a lot of macrame tutorials as well as what goes on behind the scenes in my small business. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe and make sure to hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos. So today's video is going to be a day in the life. I wasn't going to do this because the lighting is so bad. May gray weather here in Oxnard has been literally so bad. I am more of a sunshine person for sure. I love sunny days. I love the hot days, and it's been like this all month, so it's been just a struggle because I feel like the cloudy weather really affects my mood. And as I mentioned, if you follow me on Instagram, I talked a little bit yesterday about my mental health and how I just feel like the past couple of weeks I just haven't really been feeling the best, and I really also think that it has to do a lot with the weather. I'm just trying to get out of this rut, and I thought that it would be really fun if I did another day in the life because you guys really seem to like them, and honestly I like them too because I feel like I'm talking to someone as I go along my day, especially since I work from home and I'm by myself pretty much all day. I thought it would be fun and hopefully it'll cheer me up a little bit. So I'm going to take you in a day in the life today. I have a pretty solid day of work ahead of me. I started my morning by packing up some supply orders that I need to get out, and now it is about 9 o'clock and I'm going to try to take pictures of this plant hanger. I'm really excited. This is my latest custom piece. It is a 3-pot wall hanger for a local studio here in Ventura. I'm going to try to take pictures as best as I can, then we're going to go drop it off, so I will take you guys along with me there. Now, let's just try to make this work. We're just gonna try to have a good day because lately my days have just been really depressing and sad, honestly, and I feel like I want to start talking a little bit more openly and more frequently about my mental health because it's just something that I feel like so many of us can relate to, but the fact that it's almost seen as something that you should be ashamed of, I don't want it to be like that. If anyone that watches my stuff is struggling with their mental health, I just want you to know that it's okay and it's something that can be talked about because you don't want to feel alone in this, you know? Like if you're struggling with feeling a lot of anxiety or depression, like you are not alone. Your feelings are extremely valid, and I highly encourage you to start talking about it because even just getting out of your head a little bit just helps so much. Maybe I'll start doing like a little bit more of a deeper segment into mental health and like my personal journey with it. Yeah, for now we're just gonna focus on a day in the life. So let's start taking pictures of this thing. So basically I just have like a ton of plants propagated, and that's what I used to put in here. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, the pictures were not that good. Can you kind of tell on my Instagram? I feel like it just throws off the whole vibe of it, but whatever. It is what it is with this whole May gray weather. Like I'm telling you, this weather has just been depressing me so much, but we're gonna try to have a good day anyway. So that's all done. I just need to wrap it up really quick so I can take it from obviously my house to the salon I'm gonna drop it off at. And then I'm gonna take some packages to the post office since I'll be out anyways. And I'm really excited that I have to go drop it off anyways because I wanted to go to Ventura yesterday to get a matcha latte because I'm out of it. You guys know I typically like to make mine own at home, but I'm out of milk and I'm out of matcha. Didn't really feel like driving to Ventura yesterday, so now I have an excuse to go to Ventura. So I'm definitely gonna get myself a matcha latte after I drop this off. So now we're just gonna work on some wholesale orders that I have to do. So I just finished wrapping up the piece that I need to deliver right now, and I'm getting ready to head out of the house. I know I typically have shown you guys when I have piles and piles of packages that are getting dropped off, and it's usually when I have like a launch or if I have a sale that I have so many packages, or if it's like around holidays and stuff. But honestly, the reality is that that's not an everyday thing. So today it is just 2 little boxes and they're just supplies, some cord and rope. So of course I'm grateful for it, but I just want you to know if you're a small business as well, it's not every day that you're gonna ship out packages and packages and stacks on stacks. And if you do, that's freaking awesome. But the reality is some days you're gonna ship 20 items, some days you're gonna ship 50 items, and some days you're gonna ship 2. So it is what it is. Thank you all so much for those of you that support my shop. And yeah, we're gonna head to the post office right now. just got home. I got my matcha latte. Super excited because I need to wake up to get through the rest of the workday. I'm working on some boobs because I have another big wholesale order that I have to finish pretty soon. So basically I'm just gonna be making a bunch of boobies and that'll be like most of my afternoon. You guys can tell, but the sun came out a little bit and I am so excited with this sunlight. I think I'm gonna go to the beach later just so I can get out of my house again and actually enjoy some sunlight now. I'm so excited. So basically I just showed you the little stack of boobies that I've been working on, but I wanted to take a break from that because I wanted to sit and chat with you guys, just because I feel like I really want to start talking more like one-on-one with you guys and just like sharing a lot more of a personal journey that I'm going through as a small business owner. So I don't know if it's just been like the May gray weather that's been really affecting me, but honestly, I don't know, the past couple of weeks I've just been so sad. I don't even know like where to really begin, but what I'm going to talk about in this little clip right now is basically just how I've been feeling the past couple of weeks. I posted yesterday on my Instagram that I have been struggling so much with my mental health as of late, and so many of you were so sweet to message me back and say that you either relate or that just remind me that I'm not alone and that things, you know, eventually do get better and that there's a lot of ways and outlets to deal with it. So I really appreciate that, and that has also really encouraged me to want to talk about this a lot more on my YouTube, and even on my Instagram I'm definitely more willing to be a lot more open about it. Obviously I'm not a therapist, I don't have like the tools to tell you what's like the right thing to do, but I also think that mental health needs to be talked about a lot more openly, because you shouldn't be ashamed that you feel, you know, anxious or depressed, because it happens. And I think that it's a conversation that should be, you know, comfortable to have. Well, maybe not comfortable, but it should be like more normalized. I guess lately I've just been feeling so bummed out, and I'm already a very introverted person. Working from home now, obviously I'm home most of the time, although I do try to make it a point to leave my house every single day. Like whether I go to the gym or I go to the post office to drop things off, or I go get a coffee from a coffee shop, or maybe just get some food out somewhere, or even if I just go for a walk around my neighborhood, or if I drive to the beach and go for a walk, I make it a point to get out of my house, because being in here is just too much. Like, you guys know my studio is tiny, and especially this weather that we've been having, I don't like feeling like I'm at home too much, and that does make me feel better. But I think, well, I mean, I know that obviously a lot of it is just like internal, because now I feel like, I don't know, it's like when they say that obviously like when you're alone a lot of the time, you're basically gonna end up facing yourself. And you know, when I worked, okay, because I went from living in San Diego, being completely broke, having to work like 3 jobs, I was distracted all of the time because I had to go from one job to another, and then I went to the gym, and then I was in a really bad relationship over there, so I was distracted by all of that drama. So I was just distracted and basically like in survival mode. Then when I moved back to Oxnard, I was still working like 2 jobs before I really focused on this business. So it was just like constant go. Like I was working 2 jobs, trying to figure my life out here, and then putting a little bit more effort into See by the Sea Shop. And then it came down to just See by the Sea Shop and Whole Foods. And even then it was still very consistently like every weekend was busy and I didn't really have rest. So I have always just constantly found ways to distract myself. And now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like that's such a, what is the word? Trauma response? Or what is the word for it? I can't think of it. Oh, coping mechanism. I feel like that's such a coping mechanism because I love to run away from my problems. I really do. Like if I can find a distraction from what is eating me inside, I will go do it. I love to procrastinate. I love to find other little things to fill in my time. I don't know if you guys have like kind of seen that when you're a procrastinator, it does come from a lot of desire to be a perfectionist because you don't want to start something because you want it to be done perfect. Well, that's really true for me in a sense because I'm afraid of starting projects if I don't think that I'm going to do it exactly right. But it also goes deeper for me personally, where I love to procrastinate and add more things onto my plate that I don't necessarily need to do, because then that just avoids me facing, you know, myself. I'm 26 years old now, and I feel like I've just lived in a constant state of always trying to run away from my own emotions and my own inner thoughts. And I know that it's gonna take a lot of heavy work. Basically where I was going with that is that now that I work from home and that I only have this business to focus on, it is a huge blessing because I finally am at a point where I have a substantial amount of income. I'm not living in my car anymore, and I have a supportive partner, I have a cozy home. I'm in a good place right now where it's almost scary because now I'm not in survival mode really. I'm finally able to live and I don't have to constantly be distracted, but I'm so used to distracting myself that now being at the point where I only have Sea by the Seashop to focus on and I don't have to go to Whole Foods anymore or work another job, I don't necessarily know what to distract myself with. And the fact that I have to be home by myself, well, I don't want to say have to because obviously I chose this. Like, I'm extremely grateful for this, don't get me wrong, but being at home has definitely given me a lot more time to reflect within myself and on myself. And that is both good and bad because I'm obviously starting to spend a lot of time with myself. I've also been seeing myself fall into a lot of negative thoughts. For example, I feel like I've been in such a rut on Instagram lately because I'm just constantly falling into the comparison game. I feel like I look at other small businesses or other, I don't know, people that are in relationships or even other people my age that they're over here traveling and they seem like they're living their best life. And although logically I know that Instagram is your highlight feed, that's where you post the good things, and obviously we're not gonna go out on Instagram and post our breakdown. At the root of it, I know that Instagram is more of like just showing off the best parts of your life, but still in that moment of just scrolling through and seeing people that seem so happy and then knowing that inside I'm not the happiest, it's just, I don't know, it's sad. Like, it's so funny because this is obviously like what I wanted for so long. I don't like the idea of working for someone, and I know that this is genuinely like what I want to do, but I think I just haven't really figured out the best way to deal with a lot of alone time. And although I'm so much better at picking apart my thoughts versus my feelings and knowing that, you know, my feelings are valid and my thoughts can sometimes be bad and I just need to not listen to them, it's just hard like not falling into like a constant comparison game and then just feeling within myself, am I doing enough? Why don't I go out more? Why don't I have more sales like this person? Why don't I have a feed that looks like this person? Why don't I travel like this person does? I don't know, I've been falling into this comparison game so hard, and then that just falls into me thinking about my flaws and, you know, things that I should be doing and that I could be doing, and then I don't know, just a lot of negative thinking lately. And I know that this is gonna sound like such a bummer, but it's just really hard to get out of that mindset. And obviously I know that I chose working for myself, and ultimately I know that this is what I want to do. I love that I get to be creative and I love that I get to send stuff out to you guys, and I just think it's so awesome that I'm my own boss and that I get to do this for a living. Like, it's so cool and I'm extremely grateful for it. But I think I just need to find ways to deal with being by myself and just finding ways to enjoy my own company. And that's such a funny conclusion for me because I know that I, for a fact, am extremely introverted. Like, I'm definitely not the type that does well in big group settings. I like smaller group settings, but at the same time lately I've just been longing for some sort of connection. And I guess I've also been feeling really sad because I can count on one hand how many people I can actually go to and consider like a true friend. And I feel like lately that's also been getting to me because I'm so introverted. I almost don't want to bug anyone when I'm feeling down. So that's like another thing that I have to learn how to deal with myself. Like, I have to learn that it's okay to ask for help, but at the same time, I feel like I almost need to do this by myself and just not be a burden to anyone. I know that sounds like such a heavy and sad feeling, but to be honest, that's just what I've been going through, and I know that I'm like not the only one that feels like that because a lot of you guys in your messages just said that you were feeling the same way. So I don't necessarily have a solution for all of this, but I just know that I want to be able to talk openly about it because I know I'm not the only one that feels like this, and if I can at least like help anyone or just, you know, make it known that mental health matters and that this can be a conversation that we can have, then I'll feel like I did something. I don't know. Yeah, that's just what I've been feeling lately. I've just been having a lot of moments of just sadness and honestly like crying a lot. And yeah, I wish I knew like what the right thing to do, but honestly I don't. I feel like I'm at the point where I just can't keep running away from problems, and I just have to learn how to deal with them properly. So I've been thinking about doing deeper research into finding a therapist, but if you guys have any suggestions for knowing how to find one, let me know, honestly, because like I said, I feel like I'm at the point where I just can't keep running away from these feelings, and I just really need to learn how to properly deal with them. As for the things that I can control within myself, I definitely don't expect it all to go away and just one day I wake up and feel better, but I'm trying my hardest to just consistently have my solid morning routine down, and like I mentioned, to just make it a point to always leave my house at some point of the day. But I think I also want to start journaling and meditating. Those are two things that I have heard that just helps so much. I think I'm just gonna make it a point where, like, even if I don't want to do it, I'm just gonna do it and just do some brain dumps on journaling, and then sit still for a little bit and do some guided meditations. So yeah, I think like that's the plan for me, and that's what I'm hoping will kind of make me feel a little bit better. But if you have any suggestions as to what to do when you're feeling in this rut, let me know, because I would love to hear it, and I would love to just make mental health something that me and you can openly talk about, because I just want to keep it real on here. Yes, I am a small business owner, but I'm also a human who feels a lot of things very heavily, who has a lot of trauma that they would like to try to work through. And yeah, you're not alone. Just remember that, like, if you have feelings like this too, I'm right there with you. I just want to find peace within myself, because I am worth it. And that sounds really funny to say, because there's so much trauma in my head that just tells me that, you know what, you're not. But I am worth it, and I do deserve to find peace and happiness. Even when I'm just by myself, I deserve to feel fulfilled. So yeah, that's my little spiel on mental health for right now. I definitely want to talk about this a lot more often, because like I said, I don't expect it to just magically get better, but I do want to openly work through this. So yeah, I hope that didn't bring the mood down too much, because I still have a lot of work to do. I do want to get outside and feel the sunshine, because it is sunny, bright and sunny now. So I'm really happy and excited for that. But yeah, thank you for listening to me talk about this. And like I said, comment down below if you have any, you know, words of wisdom, or if you're in the same boat, because I don't want you to feel alone, honestly. And yeah. So the plan for the rest of the afternoon is just to finish a couple more boobs, and then I have to look through a couple of emails. Oh my god, like, adulting is the last thing I want to do right now. I'm just gonna get through it, because I can't run away anymore. I'm gonna finish up these boobies and then maybe have lunch, because I just realized it's like 2 o'clock and I haven't even had lunch yet. So okay, so it's now about 5 o'clock, and I spent the majority of the afternoon just making more boobs and keychains for my wholesale orders, like I mentioned. But then when I checked my emails, I noticed that my cord and rope order was finally ready. I don't know if you guys watched my day in the life a couple weeks back, where I was showing you new colors and the new sizes I was gonna get, and I'm so beyond excited to get 9mm this time around, plus a lot more options of 5mm spools. So I'm gonna get like latte color and peacock available now. So excited to get like full spools of that. But it was finally ready, so I paid it, and now I'm just doing like a deep inventory count of what I have available now, so everything can pretty much move out before the next shipment comes, because my house is gonna be stacked again. So I know for the next shipment I'm gonna get a storage unit, but for right now I think I'll be able to clear everything out before the next shipment comes. So I'm just updating my website and doing like a little count. So I'm really glad I did this, because I just found a whole box of terracotta that I thought I was sold out of. I'm so annoyed with myself, because I had it listed as sold out, but I just found a ton of terracotta spools right now. I found about 12 of them. So I relisted that on my website. So if you're watching this and you love that terracotta color, it's my personal favorite. It's super earthy and beautiful. If you're watching this, go check it out and see if it's still up, because I plan on having this video up like the next day. So I cannot wait to have 9mm available. I'm so excited. This means I'm gonna start filming some tutorials with 9mm, because I'm really excited to show you guys like projects that I like doing. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a count and everything, and then I'm gonna go to the beach, because I do want to spend some time outside in the sunshine. condensed everything into like 5 boxes, which is so much better than the 17 boxes that originally came in the beginning of this whole order. So yeah, super excited to bring it all down and super excited to bring in more supplies and different options. The next time around I will definitely need a storage unit, but for now it's just been in my tiny 450 square foot studio and we've made it work somehow. If you need supplies, don't forget to check out seebythesea.com and help me bring this pile down, por favor. So now that we're done with this little task right now, I'm gonna go to the beach because I deserve it, and it's been a really productive day. Actually, I feel like I didn't really show you guys too much of what I did, but we took pictures for Instagram in the morning. We went to go drop off that wall hanging at that studio in Ventura, and then we went to go get matcha. Then we came back home, worked on a couple of wholesale stuff. We did that mental health talk, which I feel really good about. I'm glad I just talked that out a little bit. And then we just did more wholesale stuff. So that's why I feel like I don't just want to record myself making stuff constantly, because it gets very repetitive. But if you guys like watching that, let me know. We did basically wholesale orders, keychains and boobs today. We checked our email and paid a lot of money right now for that next rope order. And then we updated the website. It was a really productive day, but again, I feel like I didn't really show much of the work, but I got a lot done today and I feel good. I'm gonna go chill at the beach and go on a little walk. But I just wanna say thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little day in the life. Again, although there wasn't much like action that I showed, we got a lot done and we had a good talk. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video regardless, and I will see you in the next one.